What about you is statistically rare? I have O negative blood that has never been exposed to the cytomegalovirus, making it safe for premies. I am such a sap, I got all misty-eyed when the Red Cross guy told me that my blood was very special. I have congenital panhypopituitaryism, which basically means I don't have a pituitary gland. My immune system is really, really weak, like basically non-existent. Most people don't live past 5. But here I am. I met a dude with 3 testicles. His specific type meant that all 3 balls were producing sperm and testosterone. There has only been something like 203 cases of this ever occurring in medical history, including animals. This means me even meeting this guy is a statistical rarity. I'm a woman and I'm colorblind. It's about 0.5% chance in women, so 16x rarer than colorblind men. I have better hearing than most people. Especially the high frequencies. I get headaches all the time because of how noisy people and things are. I usually have to wear earplugs to be able to sleep. I also can't yell. I have a small whistle on my keychain in case I need help. I have cervical ribs. When the doc saw it, he got all nerdy and got his partner because he'd never seen them in real life before. I've survived several devastating heart attacks, ones with death rates around 99%. I have red hair, but no one else in my family does. We traced it back to some distant relatives, and I look a ton like my dad, so it wasn't the mailman. My eyes are different colors. Left eye is turquoise and my right eye is dark blue. I have an allergy to sunlight. It's not serious or anything, I can go outside, but I need really high SPF or I'll get rashes all over my skin along with a terrible sunburn. And I am physically unable to tan, forever pale, I'm basically a vampire lol. I have a small benign brain tumor deep in the center of my brain. Doctors don't know if it's been there my whole life or if it will ever grow. Said lots of people could be walking around with brain tumors and just not know it. I found it by accident. I have been pregnant twice, both times with naturally occurring triplets. Both accidents from failed birth control, condoms, Depo, same partner too, but the eggs dropping are my fault. I just get too excited, I guess. Unfortunately, I only have one living child. She'll be too soon. I can do this thing where I can make my entire body tingle just by activating some muscles that are a part of my abdomen and back. No idea what it is. I've found a few people online who can do it. My dad's stomach spontaneously turned upside down and migrated to the location of the lungs. Nobody knows why. Not my dad or the doctors. My earlobes don't match. My right is attached and my left is unattached. Never noticed anyone else to also experience this. I have 0 cavities. In fact, not a single male in my family has ever had a cavity. My last name. Only 6 people in the world have that last name. It is very easy to find me on Google. Oh, blood. If I ever need a blood transfusion, I might be fucked. If anyone else needs one, I got you. I can run really well on all 4s. I did it all the time as a kid, and as 27-year-old mom, I still do it to freak my daughter out. I was born with no glucose in my body, none at all. They had to jumpstart my pancreas with massive injections of blood-absorbed glucose, which worked. Don't to diabetes, which is apparently the rare part of all that. I have syndactyly, aka webbed toes. On both feet, the 2 toes, after the big toe, are fused together starting about halfway down. I've had people give me toe socks before as a gag gift. green eyes is pretty rare apparently. I was born with one kidney and no other defects. To this day and age, the only disability I have is my eyesight. My chest has an indentation. I've heard it called an angel's kiss or something like that. I'm not going to lie, I'm pretty self-conscious about. I hate not wearing a shirt. I have red hair and blue eyes. Seems more common in the Western world, but globally it is pretty rare. I'm a Texan and I've never ridden a gun or fired a horse. I have unusually large lungs. My breathing rate is much slower than the average person's, 1 to 2.5. If I relax, I can bring it down to 3 full respirations per minute. I always scored in the 99th percentile on standardized testing in school. But now I'm working a very average wage government job, so lots of good it did. I used to be able to read ludicrously fast, no tricks, no speed reading hacks, just read super quick, and retained almost everything. Not so much anymore, eyesight is kind of shot and my reading glasses slow me down. My height puts me in the top 1% of women globally. Not sure how rare it is now, but back in 1990s my parents were divorced and I, the daughter, was given full legal custody to my father. I am the first daughter in that court to be given full custody to the father. Edit, I guess I worded it strange, let me try again. My father was awarded full legal custody of the daughter, me age 4, by the court. I have leftover fish gills on both ears, pre-auricular sinus. I quit hard drugs and make a decent living. Apparently, every other guy's apparatus is bigger than mine. I'm the 1% that gets the rarest side effects from some medications. Also I have an extra tooth. My tailbone has a vibrating sensation when I lift things. Pretty sure that's not supposed to happen. I have a birthmark in the center of my forehead that is the shape of a heart. Never met anyone else with the same thing. I'm an identical twin conceived via in vitro fertilization. I have green eyes. Only 2% of humans have green eyes. Sorry, 5% hazel-eyed people. I also have 3 kidneys. I survived cancer, so that's cool I guess. I was born legally blind in both eyes, had a retinal detachment at 13, had 4 major eye surgeries in the span of 7 months, surgeries didn't work, and I am now blind in my left eye at 14. Edit, forgot to mention that my left eye turned green after surgery. Both eyes were originally blue. I'm left-handed. I'm an identical twin, but I'm 8 inches taller than my brother. I have a rare type of migraine that makes me vomit alongside the usual headache. Sometimes it gives me the runs as well, and none of the known medication has worked. I have autism, but I'm in the normal school programs, average on a roll, and am on student council. I have a much lesser version, but at the same time I worked very hard to get past most of my issues, and today you couldn't tell I had it if I didn't tell you. Synesthesia. Every few years I find out that something I have isn't the universal experience. Most recently I learned that visual snow isn't universal, most people just see colors without the pixels. I have tori, extra bony bits in my mouth under my tongue. They are more common in Asian and Inuit males. I'm a Caucasian female. Only 7 to 10% of people in the US have them. I also have an extra nerve in my left ear that makes me cough. I also have a Chiari malformation, bit of my brain extends into my spinal column. And green eyes. I was born on the 29th of February. I'm immune to poison ivy. I can't say it's 100% immunity, could just be a really high tolerance, since I've never tested it to an extreme by rubbing it all over myself, but I've brushed against it many times with no issues. I am a recovering alcoholic. 5.5 years sober. Every day I wake up with the intention to stay sober. I was a teen mom and 12 years later still happily married to my baby daddy. Instead of doing the normal progression of crawling, standing, walking, running as a toddler, I sat up, stood up, and started running full speed, on my top toes. When I learned to walk I always walked on my tiptoes. Now, almost 20 years late, I still catch myself walking around the house on my tiptoes, mostly only barefoot though. I have a 1 in a million chance birth defect that made my right leg grow faster than my left. It's been fixed now and nobody could tell. I have fructose malabsorption. Yay. I can barely eat or drink anything. 1/20,000. I had a skin/autoimmune condition called morphia. It's a temporary localized autoimmune disorder, so essentially, I was allergic to my skin on a spot on my stomach, and now it's a scar that will last forever. 150,000. I have better vision than 95% of humans. Cleaning my ears with a Q-tip gives me an uncontrollable urge to cough. Both ears trigger the sensation. 3% suffer from it without an underlying medical condition, which I don't have. I have native Hawaiian blood. There's probably less than 1 million of us. Left-handed and color deficient, colorblindness. Tourette's, it's supposed to get better as you move out of adolescence, but mine only gets worse. For the win. I like to comment on my own posts. I don't have a uvula, it was a casualty of a tonsillectomy a couple years back. The recovery/lack of severe impact from my brain injury. With my type of injury, I was told I should have died or been paralyzed, but here I am walking and all. Bonus stat, I'm one of the fun ones that has their tastes change after a head injury. Anytime I try something I haven't had since before the accident, I have no idea if it will taste the same or not. I was born into a Mennonite family. There are around 600,000 of us in North America and 2 million of us in the world. I have hazel eyes, greater than 5%. I'm transgender and haven't killed myself yet. Apparently I'm part of the 2% of people that naturally run on the balls of their feet. I can run normal, but I have to kind of think about it. It doesn't come naturally to me. It's plateau because you can screw your bunions up while doing so. For sprinting short distances, it's fine, not distance running though. I have a choroidal nevus in my right eye, basically a freckle on the back of my eye. It has a slight chance of turning into ocular melanoma, so I get to have an in-depth check every year. I have cystic fibrosis, and am one of the healthiest people living with it despite the general severity of the disease. But, I also had pulmonary atresia as a baby, keyword, had. Pulmonary atresia is supposed to be an incurable condition, and the only way to really keep it at bay throughout life is to have frequent surgeries to correct the heart as the patient grows older. When I was 6 years old, my pulmonary heart valve grew back. To this day, nobody knows why. I'm also the reason why the CDC says may in front of every need. If I didn't exist, then there would be no question as to whether or not someone with pulmonary atresia needs open heart surgery when they're teens and young adults. Probably will get lost here, but I married my high school sweetheart who is a Mexican ginger. Her paternal grandpa was both and raised in Mexico, maiden name Gonzalez, and she has the red hair, pale freckled skin, and gorgeous hazel eyes. Well, statistically, the average for one person is one breast and one testicle, so I'm not like the other humans. I'm in my early 30s, and have never drank alcohol, done drugs, or had sex. I've had several girlfriends and a fiancé with whom I've gotten a bit frisky with, but no P&V penetration. It was on the table, but we both decided to wait till marriage. Boy did that backfire when she left me a week before the wedding. I was somewhat religious, but not anymore, and figured that if I've gone this long without drugs and booze, I don't really need it. Could do with a bit of sexy time though. Anyway, non-religious, non-drinker feels pretty rare a lot of the time. Also, I don't curse or drink caffeinated beverages, so I'm all sorts of square. I floss every day. I'm in a medical journal for a 1 in 2 million knots type of rare tumor. My surgeon had only seen one once before, and mine was the biggest. Also wasn't caused by hormonal birth control, almost all hepatocellular adenomas are. Mine was 7 pounds and the size of a dinner plate. So I'm in that medical journal as 16-year-old female, back in 2007, and a photo of my butt is potentially in a medical textbook that same year. I developed Henoch-Schönlein purpura and vasculitis secondary to end-stage liver failure. My doctor said it was a textbook case and asked for my permission for a photo. Not sure if it was used or not. If you have a pediatric rheumatology textbook from 2008 or so by Dr. Lauren Patchman, let me know. Technically I should have died several times but didn't, and was lucky enough to receive a transplant in 2009. So those are some anomalies. I also moved to Alaska and married an Eskimo. Which sounds ridiculous but is true, haha. Oh, and I'm left-handed and my immediate family is all left-handed as well. I can wiggle my ears, have a third nipple, how rare it is, and my hair is naturally two distinct colors. Edit, apparently there's a dormant muscle behind the ear that allows people to wiggle it. Some have it, some don't, and others have it but don't know how to use it. As for my hair, it is black with patches of a light brown chocolatey color. It tends to get me a lot of attention from women's smiles. I'm immune/highly resistant to opioids. I've been prescribed them numerous times for post-operative pain management but always complained to my doctors about them not working and still in a considerable amount of pain. Removed piece of jawbone for tooth extraction. What a bitch it was. I was also given them at high doses before surgeries with little to no results, which shook doctors. I've never abused opioids previously, plus I was strongly against taking them due to its addictive nature before finding out their dubs to me. You can just imagine how fun surgeries or recoveries are. Good thing I rarely have surgeries in addition to a relatively high pain tolerance. Phew.